Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Then it was not meant for you. It was meant for someone else. All right. So let's see what's going on with Capricorn. I hope everyone's doing good and you're having a good day. You've got that positive energy going today. All right, I know I do. Let's see what's going on. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Tower. And we have the Queen of Cups. For some reason, the X or 10 is standing out for me in these cards. Because we have the X, X, and X. Those are the 10. Those are all standing out for me in these cards. All right, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Tower, and we have the Queen of Cups. I feel like this is your letting go, like you've let go of something, you're letting go of something, you need to let go of something. I feel like maybe the Nine of Pentacles could mean that it was something that letting this go brings you in this positive energy that makes you feel lighter. But I feel like sometimes maybe it was a dream, or it was a goal that you had, but it just didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. And maybe you're holding on to some frustration about that. And it's time to let that go, because that could be holding you back from something that's even bigger and something that's even better. Sometimes we think we know what is best for us, and sometimes we do, but sometimes there's better things out there waiting for us, and I feel the universe wants better things for us. Sometimes we kind of think that we know the direction and what it is that we deserve, but I feel like sometimes the universe wants to bring even better and bigger things in for us. And I feel like that's what we have to be open to something that's even better and something that's even bigger. So let's see what's coming in for you. Knight of Wands, taking action, feeling stronger, feeling more confident. He's holding tightly onto the wand. He has a tight grip on there, a firm grip on there, and ready to charge forward, right? He has that look of confidence and determination on his mind. And I feel like it's that saying of, I deserve better, I deserve bigger, I deserve more. So I feel like with this Tower, there is something that you're holding on to that you have to let go of. Some energy. It could be negative thinking. It could be people around you. It could be just energy that's around you and letting that go. All right, so let's get some rebuilding. That word just came to my mind, rebuilding. And with this Queen of Cups, I feel like she feels very positive. Like she looks very positive. She looks happy. She looks fulfilled. She doesn't look stressed. So that's a good thing, right? The world. The world. Looking at the world through a different set of eyes. I almost feel like when we go through the process of learning things and learning to let things go, rebuilding things, starting new, different perceptions, I feel like we look at the world through different eyes, and I feel like that's what I'm doing is looking at the world through different eyes, because, you know, letting go of the negative, but then focusing on the positive and seeing things differently. And I feel like that's this reading too, is like looking at the world through a different set of eyes. Ha! Look at that. And the next card out was the Ace of Cups, and there's an eye on there. And I feel like that's this reading too, is like looking at relationships differently, seeing the relationship that you have with yourself differently. The cup is overflowing, right? It's overflowing. I feel like it also can represent letting go of the negative, but then filling it up with the positive. But also we have the moon here, which represents time. For me, I feel like it represents time and phases. And I feel that it's could be relationships, seeing them differently. Were some built on a false foundation? Were some relationships really not fulfilling? Is it something that you need to look at and you need to change? We have the Hierophant, and that can be a belief system. It can represent grounding. It can represent stability. It can also represent someone that you trust, somebody that you believe is non-biased, somebody that you can talk to, that you feel they will give you an honest opinion, that they will be direct with you. We have the Four of Swords. A Four of Swords, I feel like it's doing this kind of work is very exhausting. It's something that takes a lot of energy out of you. And when you're readjusting, when you're having these tower moments, when you're going through whatever this tower represents for you, this rebuilding, it's very exhausting. And I feel that it's very important for you to make sure that you get plenty of rest, that you make sure that you take care of yourself, that you do that self-care, that you make sure that you're eating right and you're sleeping, and that you remove yourself from, you know, like this tower energy if possible, so that you're not always staying in this tower energy, and so that you can process things and you can work through things and you can not become overwhelmed, because then that creates more problems. All right, Page of Wands. I feel like there may be somebody that you need to talk to. There's somebody that you need to connect with. There's somebody that, you know, this is right underneath the Tower card. So I feel like it's, you know, maybe it was false communication. I also feel like, could it be that, are you being real with yourself on how your feelings are, or, you know, are you being true to how you feel? And is it something that you want to have a breakup? Maybe this represents you wanting to have a breakup with someone. And so you want to communicate with that person that this is something that you don't want to move forward on. Of course, you have to do whatever you feel is right for you. I'm not telling you what you have to do, but I feel like with the Page of Wands, which represents communication underneath a tower, it could also just be rebuilding a relationship too, right? It could be one that kind of fell apart, a relationship that just kind of disintegrated or is just turning into a mess, and is it communicating to turn things around? But that's up to you, right? We have the King of Pentacles, and he is somebody who is very confident, somebody that's very strong, somebody who is patient, somebody who is reliable. But he's also someone who builds business, so I feel like that's kind of that rebuilding, right? Rebuilding of yourself or rebuilding of a relationship. Something that's going to have to take time, because when you rebuild relationships, it takes a lot of time, right? Because it's almost like you're starting below zero, because if you've been hurt or you've been let down or there's been a lot of frustration, like, it's not like you're starting fresh. It's like you're already, you know, you're starting below zero, because you have to build it up. You have to build up that trust to like the point of zero and then move forward, if that makes sense, right? So it's something that takes a lot of time, and being patient with that. If it's a relationship that you're trying to rebuild, that you have to be patient with that. Lots of ideas, lots of possibilities, lots going on in your head, lots to think about, lots of emotion. There's a lot of emotions when you're rebuilding relationships. There's a lot of feeling, there's a lot of letting go, there's a lot of hurt, resentment, but there's also happiness, right? And so it's, like I said, it's a whole process that you're going through, but making sure that you take that time to rest and to relax and to look out for yourself, right? And looking within and finding those answers is, what do you really want from this tower moment? What do you want to have happen? What do you want to rebuild? Do you want to rebuild the relationship? Is it having to do with yourself? Do you want to rebuild yourself stronger and better? Looking within to find those really soul-searching answers. And yes, there's going to be obstacles in your way, and it's how do you handle those, and how do you look at those, and how do you deal with those, and figuring out those solutions. And I feel like the answers are always within. And I feel like it's just being true to how you feel. So I really feel like this is really about looking within and then rebuilding yourself, rebuilding relationships, but knowing that it's going to take time and that it's something that you need to make sure that you take care of yourself. So I definitely feel like it's rebuilding relationships, but I'm not, whether that's within yourself or with others, that's up to you. And there's going to be challenges. There's always challenges. That's what life is about, is those challenges. And how do you handle those? And moving forward, do you want to be able to handle those challenges better and feeling stronger and feeling more confident? Or are you letting those challenges take that control over you? All right, so what's heading in for you is Four of Wands. And I feel like that's that stability, that closeness, that connection, right? It's feeling that family unit, and I feel like that kind of goes back to the Hierophant, feeling that connection, that family unit, and that is stronger. But it's also like, in order to have this Four of Wands, like, you have to give and receive, and that has to be that even flow of each. Sometimes we feel that it's easier to give, and we feel awkward when we receive, because it makes us feel uncomfortable, because we're not letting ourselves accept that. And you have to look at, why is that reason that I'm not able to receive positive from other people? What is that that's making me feel uncomfortable? And why am I feeling uncomfortable? Why is that a roadblock for me? And that's just something to think about. All right, so let's close out with an animal oracle. Oh, look at that one. I love the spider one, even though I don't really like spiders. But spiders are useful. And make your dreams real, making things happen, right? Again, like I was saying with this tower energy, is it that you're holding yourself back from your dreams, and did you have one dream, but the universe feels that that wasn't big enough for you, that you deserve better, and to go for it all, which I've said before is, to dream bigger and to go for it all and to go for your dreams, and don't limit yourself. And then to take those actions to make your dreams real, and to not put limits on yourself, right? And that you realize that there are going to be roadblocks, but you need to push through. And to rebuild yourself and say, yes, I'm going to make my dreams come true. Is it a business? Is it a communicating, within a job or a business or a career? Is that what you need to communicate about? Is that what you need to talk to somebody about? But I feel like it's, again, making your dreams real and taking those actions, because it's up to you. You can't put that on anyone else. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.